Good morning, children. Welcome to the chapter 6 Tissues. This chapter is included under PT2 syllabus. Now, let's start the chapter. What is called as tissue? Tissue is a group of cells which are similar in structure and work together to perform a specific function. You know that there are two types of tissues mainly, plant tissues and animal tissues. Both are different from each other. Why tissues are important? Tissues are important because tissues has brought about division of labor in multicellular organisms. That means different tissues will perform different types of functions. For example, nervous tissue will transmit messages to and fro from the brain. Blood is liquid connective tissue. It will transport materials like food, hormones, waste materials in the body. So there are various types of tissues which will perform some specific functions in the body. Similarly, in plants also, there are many kinds of tissues. For example, vascular tissue, which is xylem and phloem. They will conduct water and food materials from one part of the plant to another part. Xylem conducts water and minerals and phloem conducts food materials throughout the plant body. Another importance of tissue is that tissues become organized to form organs, and organs will aggregate together to form organ systems. So, as a result of improved organization and higher efficiency, multicellular organisms have higher survival. That is why tissues are so important. Now, let us discuss the topic. Are plants and animals made of same type of tissues? Obviously, the answer is no. Plants and animals are made up of different types of tissues. Why? You know that plants and animals are different in structure. Plants are autotrophic organisms, so they prepare their own food by photosynthesis. Again, plants are stationary, that is fixed at one place. So they do not move from one place to another place in search of food. So most of the plant tissues are actually supportive in nature. That means they will provide structural strength to the plants. And again, some of the tissues like xylem, phloem, parenchyma, cork, they are dead tissues. That means these tissues do not contain living protoplasm. Whereas if we see animal tissues, animals are generally heterotrophic organisms, so they cannot prepare their own food. They have to move in search of food or to find shelter. So they need more energy as compared to plants. So most of the animal tissues are living tissues and they contain living protoplasm. So plants and animal tissues are different. Now let us discuss the next topic, 6.2, plant tissues. And we will see the division of the plant tissues. Look at the flow chart. Plant tissue is broadly divided into meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues means these tissues have the capability to divide throughout their life, and permanent tissues means the tissues which have lost the capability to divide. Meristematic tissue can again be divided into apical meristem, lateral meristem, intercalary meristem. On the other hand, permanent tissue is of two types, simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue can again be divided into three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Complex permanent tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. Now we will discuss about the meristematic and permanent tissues in detail. What are meristematic tissues? Based on the dividing capacity of the plant tissues are divided into meristematic and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues are the tissues which are found in certain growing regions of the plant. That means they are found at the root tip or shoot tip. So plants grow in length and width due to meristematic tissues. And based on the position where they are found, meristematic tissues are of three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. Look at the picture. Apical meristem is present at the apex of the plant, that is, at the growing tips of the stems and roots. That is why it is known as apical meristem. Apical meristem is also present at the apices of the leaves. Lateral meristem is found beneath the bark and vascular bundles of the roots and stems. So, the girth of the stem and root increases due to lateral meristem, that is the cambium region, which is responsible for growth in thickness. So, now come to intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem are located at the base of the leaves, or it is located at the internode, that means in between the nodes. And you should remember that meristematic tissues are very active tissues. They keep on dividing. Now, let us discuss the permanent tissue. Permanent tissues are called permanent tissues. Why? Because they have lost the capability to divide. So, the meristematic tissues after a certain period of time turn into permanent tissue, and the developmental process by which the cells of the meristematic tissues turn into permanent tissue by attaining permanent shape, size, and function is known as differentiation. So differentiation is the process by which meristematic tissue turn into permanent tissue. So permanent tissue can be divided into two types. In the flowchart we have seen that permanent tissues can be divided into simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissues are called simple permanent tissues because they are made up of only one type of cells. That means all the cells of simple permanent tissues are similar in size and shape. Now let us discuss about the simple permanent tissue. The first tissue is the parenchyma. Now look at the picture. As you can see, parenchyma cells are oval, round, polygonal or elongated in shape. In the diagram, these cells are round in shape. Again, the cell wall of the parenchyma tissue is very thin and encloses a dense cytoplasm which contains a small nucleus and a large central vacuole, as you can see in the picture. Intercellular spaces, that is, the space between the cells, are very large. That means parenchyma cells are loosely packed. There is gap between the cells. So these are the characteristics of the parenchyma cells. Now, parenchyma cells are widely distributed in plant bodies. It is found in stems, roots, leaves, flowers, fruits, below the epidermis layer. What are the functions of parenchyma? The main function of parenchyma is to store food. That means parenchymatic cells, they will provide nutrition to the plants. If parenchyma tissue contain chlorophyll in them, they will be termed as chlorenchyma. Remember the name chlorenchyma. Again, parenchyma tissue may contain large air sacs, large air cavities in them, as it is found in the case of aquatic plants like water hyacinth. Then the parenchyma tissue will be called as arenchyma. So we got chlorenchyma and arenchyma, which are the types of parenchyma. Due to the presence of large air cavities, the aquatic plants like water hyacinth can float in water. Now let us discuss about the collenchyma. Look at the picture of collenchyma. Collenchyma cells, they are elongated and irregularly thickened at the corner. That means the corner side is thicker and there is very little intercellular space in between the cells. What are the functions of collenchyma? Collenchyma cells provide flexibility to the plants. The various parts of the plants can bend without breaking due to the presence of collenchyma. So collenchyma allows easy bending of tendrils, leaf stalk, etc. Collenchyma also provide mechanical support to the plant. Remember, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, all these three types of permanent tissues, the common function is that they will provide mechanical support to the plant. Now we will go to sclerenchyma. It is the third type of simple permanent tissue. Remember that sclerenchyma cells are the dead cells. Sclerenchyma cells are long, narrow, and walls are thickened due to lignin. That means lignin is a substance which is deposited in the sclerenchyma cells. That is why sclerenchyma cells are so hard and stiff. There is no intercellular space between the cells, and it is visible in the picture. We can find this type of tissue in the husk of coconut. It is also present in stems, around the vascular bundles, in the veins of leaves, or in the hard covering of seeds and nuts. It also provides strength to the plant. So this is all about your sclerenchyma. So today we have discussed about tissue, plant tissue, simple permanent tissues. Thank you.